Hello, Leo, and welcome to Ultra Instinct Tarot. My name is Andres, and I will be the one taking care of you for this reading. As always, I will be receiving the help from these three homies. 10 out of 10 recommend. Shows three unique sides of the tarot. Alright, so I am just gonna go ahead and get started, Leo. Conditioning. Okay, that's funny because I just did an Aries reading, and that was my first reading, so this is my second reading that I'm doing, and I had to switch these. I had it in a different order for Aries reading, and I did this in a different order. So I think it's interesting that it talks about conditioning, but this is the order that I have been doing it. So I think this was the new order. Yeah, this is an old. This is how I was doing it like for the last couple weeks, and I wanted to do something different, doing it this way. I at least felt like doing it this way for this week, but my hands went straight to doing it in last week instead of how I wanted to do it this week. So I'm gonna leave it like this now, the way I meant to do it. But conditioning, that's interesting. My hands were already conditioned to do it in the other order, and because I wasn't in the full present moment, my hands just went to. So this reminds me of like when I take a shower. I used to do shampoo and conditioner, both the 2-in-1s, until at one point I had it separated. I had the shampoo and conditioner, and I kept hearing that it's way better to do it, to separate them and not do the 2-in-1s. And so I tried the conditioner by itself, and let me tell you, my hair is so much softer. It feels so much better when you take a shower and you just do the shampoo and the conditioner separate. The conditioner being separate makes such a huge difference. And so, my point, I was conditioned to just do, a shampoo, put it in my hair, wash it off, quick, bam, next thing, bam, So now, but when I read the bottle of the conditioner, it says to leave it in your hair for a little bit, and then wash it off. But I was conditioned to just put it in my hair and then just wash it off right away. So for a bit, and I'm talking a bit, because I kept doing it even after I noticed it. So I noticed that whenever I would do my shampoo and then I would do my conditioner, and I would wash it off right away, even though I already read the instructions that said leave it in your hair for a bit, so I could do something else while it's in my hair, But because I was so conditioned to just washing it off right away, I kept washing off the conditioner right away, even though I wanted to leave it in my hair for a little bit. So it took a little bit of me being literally focused while I had the conditioner in my hand, being like, okay, this time after I rub it in, you're not going to wash it off right away. You are going to step to the side. You're going to pause. Let's do something else. Soap time now, while the conditioner is in my hair. And it took a bit of conditioning myself to have this new pattern going in, into my shower. And so, yes, this is all about conditioning. This is a major arcana card. That rant got me tired. conditioning. So this is about a lion being conditioned to be a sheep when he's in fact a lion. He's in fact a Leo. Oh, damn. Oh. Alright, so this card recalls an old Zen story about a lion who was brought up by sheep and who thought he was a sheep until an old lion captured him and took him to a pond where he showed him his own reflection. Many of us are like this lion. The image we have of ourselves comes not from our own direct experience, but from the opinions of others. The personality imposed from the outside replaces the individuality that could have grown from within. We become just another sheep in the herd, unable to move freely and unconscious of our own true identity. It's time to take a look at your own reflection in the pond. Your own conditioning. And make a move to break out of whatever you have been conditioned by others to believe about yourself. Or anything really, anything that you've conditioned yourself that you would like to change. Dance, run, jog, do gibberish, whatever is needed to wake up the sleeping lion within. Unless you drop your personality, you will not be able to find your individuality. Interesting. Individuality is given by existence. Personality is imposed by the society. It's just like saying the words that, words are literally all come from outside because, you don't make up a new word. You hear another word from somewhere else, and then you start using that word in your vocabulary. I mean, you can make up a new word, but nobody's going to know what it means, so when a word has meaning, we always usually just pick it up from somewhere outside. So all of these words that we say, we've heard from someone else before, and we just repeat stuff that we keep hearing over and over again. And that might lead us to new things to hear, but yeah, this is the conditioning. The personality is just stuff that we hear, labels that we've heard from others. So that's the difference between individuality, which is just who you are, which is this guy. But when he's being told he is supposed to be something, you are this, you are that, then that whoever you are starts hiding. And you start limiting yourself all of these other things, which, can be useful, but if you are looking for individuality, if you are looking to just be yourself, they're kind of get in the way. Society cannot tolerate individuality because individuality will not follow like sheep. Individuality has the quality of the lion. The lion moves alone. The sheep are always in a crowd, hoping that being in a crowd will feel cozy. Being in a crowd, one feels more protected, secure. Somebody attacks, there is every possibility in a crowd to save yourself. But alone, only the lions move alone. And every one of you is born a lion. But society goes on conditioning you, programming your mind as a sheep. Gives you a personality, a cozy personality, nice, very convenient, very obedient. This is like, oh, I am head of this. It gives you a nice, comfortable, cozy personality. Oh, I'm head of this. I am, what do they call people now? Specialists, or I don't know. Society wants slaves, not people who are absolutely dedicated to freedom. Society wants slaves because all the vested interests want obedience. But you are a lion, Leo. Leo, you are a lion. That's going to be the name of this video. Leo, you are a lion. That's turning into, there's a reflection that the lion saw in the story. And yeah, this guy is turning in because he doesn't want to be a sheep no more. Nice, Leo. I'm proud of you. This is very tough, especially when the people around you start making fun of you because you don't want to be a sheep. And we are in the number four of emotions in the heart. That's interesting. Aries was all up in the fours, and just said the Jupiter spheres will sphere bummer too. And this is about the emotions. The only one that knows your emotions is yourself, which is why there are times where you gotta turn in, especially times where you gotta see the lion that you are. I turned right to the Four of Wands, which caught me by surprise because the Four of Wands was literally the card I was talking about when I said that the Aries readings had a lot of fours in them, and the Four of Wands was the first one that popped up for Aries, and so I thought it caught me off guard that I switched right to the Four of Wands when I was just talking about all of the fours. But yeah, now we found the Four of Water emotions. This is your lion self, Leo. Oh, and I need to write that down. You are the lion, Leo. I'm over here almost tripping, laughing. Because I don't want to forget you are the lion, Leo. And I'm going to make you wait, Leo. You are a lion, Leo. All right, thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. Number 4 of cups of water. Turning in. The woman in this image has a faint smile on her face. In fact, she is just watching the antics of the mind, not judging, not trying to stop them, not identified, just watching, as if they were traffic on the road or ripples on the surface of a pond. And the antiques of the mind are slightly amusing, as it jumps up and down and twists this way and that. Yeah, that's that personality that we're talking about. It's going to fight, trying to get your attention and seduce you into the game. But you don't want to play no more, Leo. To develop the knack of taking a distance from the mind is one of the greatest blessings. It is what meditation is all about, really. Not chanting a mantra or repeating an affirmation, but just watching, as if the mind belongs to somebody else. You're ready to take this distance now, and to watch the show without getting caught up in the drama. Yeah. Indulge yourself in the simple freedom of turning in whenever you can, and the knack of meditation will grow and deepen in you. Yeah, I mean, it is fun to play, but it's not fun when you think the play is everything. You know, it's fun to turn inward, and then it's fun to play again, but it's fun to come back to who you really are, and be that one that you really are, you know, because when you get caught up in the game, then you're the game. So do you want to be the game, or do you want to be the one playing the game? Turning inwards is not a turning at all. Going inwards is not a going at all. Turning inwards simply means that you have been running after that desire, this desire and that, and you have been running, and you have been coming again and again to frustration, that each desire brings misery, and there is no fulfillment through desire, that you never reach anywhere, that contentment is impossible. Seeing this truth, that running after desire takes you nowhere, you stop. Yeah, because after you get something, then you want something else. And then after you get that other thing, then there's something else to want. Not that you make any effort to stop. If you make any effort to stop, it is again running in a subtle way. You are still desiring. Maybe now it is desirelessness that you desire. If you are making an effort to go in, you're still going out. Any effort can only take you outwards. All journeys are outward journeys. There is no inward journey. How can you journey inwards? You are already there. There is no point in going. When going stops, journeying disappears. When desiring is no more clouded your mind, you are in. It is called turning in, but it is not a turning at all. It is simply not going out. Yeah, it's like telling us lying, be a lion, bro. Like, he can't just be a lion because he already is a lion. He can't He already was a lion from the beginning. There's no turning into a lion when you were always a lion. He was never a sheep in the first place. So he can't turn into a lion. He's always been a lion. You know what I mean? Yeah, actually, that's a cool way to put it. You can't tell this guy to turn into a lion. You know, like turn back into a lion. But he's always been a lion. He's just pretending to be a sheep. But when in fact, he was always a lion. Leo. Lion Leo. 10 of Wands. Oppression. Thought about pressing that lion. Damn, we definitely got I don't know, Leo. I don't know. I don't speak English. 10 of Wands, Saturn and Sagittarius. We are at the very bottom of the tree of life. We are in the kingdom Earth, where we as far away from the home as you can be. And we are in the wands, the will, the movement, the reason you move, the reason you wake up in the morning. Oppression. So this is clearly talking about your oppressing, your fire self, your lion self, your Leo self. Turning, and your emotions can help you find your inner self. All right. So 10 of Wands, Saturn and Sagittarius. All factors conspire to make this an altogether unpleasant card. Saturn's iron heel brutally pins poor Sagittarius, the lightest and most ethereal of the fire signs, to the floor on an inflexible Malkuth. If zodiac signs could dream, the 10 of Wands would be Sagittarius' worst nightmare. Harris basically follows the Golden Dawn model with this card, and it is meticulously faithful to the color scales. All that fire. And then this thing that's being pinned down. It's nice. That, however, is where the similarities end. Her 10 of Wands is an explosive and suffocating image of oppression and repression. Crowley writes that Malkuth depends from the other 9 Sephiroth, but is not directly in communication with them. It has become a blind force, so the most violent form of that particular energy without any modifying influences. Blind force, Crowley points out, in the Suit of Wands means fire in its most destructive aspect. Yeah, it's as far away as home. Number 10 is as far away from home as you can be, so you're pretty blind. You know, if you're that far away from the sun, it gets pretty dark in Pluto. You know, did you hear about Pluto, by the way? It's a shame about Pluto. All right. Harris ingeniously illustrates this by transforming the 2 Dorjes, which in the 2 of Wands were the symbols of celestial power, into dark iron prison bars. Crowley describes the card thus: the whole picture suggests oppression and repression. It is a stupid and obstinate cruelty from which there is no escape. It is will, which has not understood anything beyond its dull purpose, its lust of result, and will devour itself in the conflagrations as evoked. Yeah, so this is the sheep, because it went as far away, to being a sheep as being as far away from a lion as possible. So this is being as far away from the sun, as far away from home. So yeah, when you go that far away from home, you're suppressing home. You're suppressing this lion. And especially this is the will, expressing your will. Why? It's purpose. It's purpose. The only way to know your purpose, you know, your purpose isn't to be a sheep. This guy's got it turned within. It really wants to find its purpose and understand who he is. No more oppressing. Yeah, the Queen of Cups would do anything, but look at that. That's kind of cool. We got fiery Leo. You're being hidden within, and so he turns within and with the emotions, comes back to the fire, and now we're back to the emotions. The emotions are cooling down all this fire, that has gone out of control that needs to go back home. This is like, you go out to work and then you went to the bars and then you stayed out and it's 6 a.m. and you're still out. Go back home, bro. Go sleep. Alright, Queen of Cups. Emotional, loving, tender, gentle, nurturing, supportive, creative. That's definitely needed. The Queen drifts back and forth. Interesting. See, back and forth from the sheep and lion, showing you which one you are and which one you're not. That way you can pick which one you want to be. The Queen drifts back and forth between reality and her imagination. She has learned over time when she must be practical. She sees beauty when others do not. Many are drawn to her wisdom, as she is a good listener and understands people innately. She always gives others a shoulder to cry on, but her nurturing qualities can mean she takes on the emotional burdens of others too easily. And so the Queen of Cups, so the court cards are skills and abilities that us humans are able to use. So at any time, you can move your stat points around into whichever skill and ability can be useful for the present moment. So in this present moment of not wanting to be a sheep anymore, of turning in, and then there is a fire that's going to be coming out, an anger of, you suppressing yourself, and this anger and this self wants to burst out. So it's going to burst out and it's an explosion, and because it's so angry that it's been been hidden for so long. So what to do after this explosion comes out, after this lion comes out, well, we gotta tame the lion a little bit with these nurture qualities of the Queen of Cups. And it's not that this was bad. It's not that this was bad. It being told you're a sheep for so long caused you to turn in. So this was just the first step of turning in. So it's not that this was bad or this was bad. This is just the first step that causes you to turn in. And after you turn in, it causes you to explode and anger because you were hidden for so long. But that's just on the next step. After this step, it's, now I don't want to do that. I gotta take care of myself. Take care of this lion that's always been hidden. I'm sorry, lion. And this is just the next step to be the Queen of Cups. Your depth of emotions gives you deeper insight into yourself and the human condition. What do your feelings show you? That's how you can listen to this explosion, this oppression, this lion that was hidden. What do its feelings show you? Are you more intuitively aware of others' needs now? Do you desire to comfort them? You may exude nurturing or wisdom, and the ability to see beauty in the ugliest places makes you a sanctuary for those in need. Be gentle. Tap into your natural sense of empathy and explore how you can best support others. Be sure to balance your own self-care and caring for others. And that's just the next step of this process, Leo. Make a difference. If you've been touched by someone's plight, trauma, or tragedy, do something about it. Transform feelings into action and make someone's day better. Or at least listen and make them feel understood. That's the most important. The way you can most importantly help is just to listen and understand someone. Not try to lead them towards anywhere, but just to be a safe space. And then eventually, if they can't figure out where to go after that, then yeah, sure, help guide if you need to. If you've been in that situation and have an idea of where to go. If you don't know where to go, let's ask for more help. Find your sanctuary. You might have the role of listener and giver. Yeah, there you go. See, I wasn't even... Ensure that you have someone to turn to if you need it. Identify and seek out the people who can provide you with support. Help if you know how to help. If you don't know how to help, help by getting someone that can know how to help. Interesting. The devil. Yeah, what ways can the devil help? Everybody can help. The devil. We are the devil. We are this lion that is being a sheep. So this devil is being told that he's a sheep when this devil is actually also God. He is also the creator that turned himself into a devil, turned himself into a sheep. But this devil is also this lion, this God within. Interesting. And then this is the devil that exploded in anger because he was being hidden within. He was being denied who he really was. And yeah, I mean, you can understand that, right? So let's give this devil some love, which is yourself, Leo. Even turning, yeah, this is the face you gotta face yourself with. You would rather see this in the mirror, right? So turn yourself into this. See what you don't want to see what you do want. Yeah, it's as simple as saying, I was being able to say no to being a sheep, And so the devil is trying to lead you, just like you were talking about. These guys are just leading us to the next step. So this guy is the last step, and he is saying, do you want to be a sheep again? And let's see what you say this time. Did we learn to? No, we are a lion. We know who we are. That's who we want to be. I want to see what this is. The cherry. And he goes straight to it. Look at that. He was like, do you want to be a sheep again? And he was like, no, I want to be who I am. That's so cool. Look at that. These two turned into this, and then he turned into that. That's cool. I don't know. I've never. Okay, that's pretty cool. How similar these two cards are, because they never changed. They were always the same. He just decided to take off his little sheep armor. And this is who he ends up being or he always was. Okay, that's kind of cool, Leo. I think I'm not gonna read anything from the book. That's all that needed to be said. That's so cool. Look at that, all the contrasts. Cool, Leo. Bring out that lion within. All right, we'll get some last inspiration / advice from the Office Oracle deck. And this one. This has been a cool reading. Number 40. Nice. Yeah, the good old days. This is a quote from the Nardog. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Look at this. You're already a lion. You never... So appreciate being the lion before you can't be the lion anymore. Before you've actually left them. Interesting. You've never actually left home. You're always there. So now when you go back, appreciate it for what it is. Take a pause. Look around. Enjoy the moment. Look at everything around you. Take that pause and take it all in. Enjoy the good old days while you're still in them, because next thing you know, good old days will be gone. But thanks to Andy, thanks to the Nardog, we know the good old days are here. So enjoy every single second of them with everything that you have. Okay, yeah, this is the two differences, the one that leads into the other. Look, alone. Can't be alone anymore. Andy, do you like being alone with me right now? No, this is horrifying. I don't like being alone with me either. Before you do anything else, learn how to be alone and not lonely. If you are feeling lonely, face the loneliness. Don't run away from it. It's actually impossible to run away from it because you will always be with yourself. Remember, you are one. Be the one that you need. I promise you that if you face the loneliness, you might just find out that you're actually pretty cool to hang out with. Yeah, it's the same thing. This guy faced his loneliness, he went inwards, faced his lion self, and figured out, hey, I'm actually not this crazy looking guy. I am the lion within. I am who I am. You're actually pretty cool. 4. Okay, whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing. This one has been coming up a lot lately. And to me, I've been reading it as go turning inward, listening to yourself, not listening to the outside world. He's saying, whenever I'm about to do something, I think, what an idiot. He's asking himself, he's not asking somebody else. And then he answers himself. So it's the same here. And stop listening to other people and start asking ourselves what it is we want. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time, Leo. Remember, you're a lion.
Debo resignarme a que no estés, aunque esté muy triste, ya no lloraré.